welcome to this second round game of the Summer Octgn League. Today we have Brad and Ryan playing one's playing Lannister Kraken. I believe Ryan is playing Kraken Lord of the Crossing. Could be wrong. I will double check in a second. So yeah. Just try and remember how I asked to look at everyone's cards. So what have we got here on the flop? So we've got the Kraken Lord of the Crossing, and we have a Lannister Merchant, a Shipwright, Asher, and a Rose Road. That's a pretty damn good start. And against that we have Sir Jaime, the Maester Waymar. I'm probably going to pronounce that wrong. And another Rose Road. Okay guys, I need to apologise here to start with. I did a night shift last night. I've had about 1 hour sleep after my night shift, so I start slowing my words. I wouldn't be surprised. I've also had a couple of drinks because I went to watch the England game today. Don't normally watch football, but I was invited out, so apologies before we start. Okay, so now we're waiting for first plots. How can I ask permission to look at the cards? I'm not going to bother. Let's play this proper style where I don't know. So everything will be new. I know some people commented in the last video they didn't like that. I actually do kind of like that because I like the surprise element. I like to think that I'm kind of playing both sides. That kind of makes sense. I don't know the surprise they've got. I can just guess. For me, it helps me kind of think about what I'll do in the actual game. So if you disagree, then let me know, and next time I'll try and remember to ask to look at the cards, but that's the kind of way I like doing it. So we've got summons and heads on spikes. So Ryan is definitely playing Lanni playing the crossing deck. So who's going to be first player here? Just on the side. So Ryan's going to go first with the with crossing. And he's asking for summons first. Oh. Reduce the odds on hitting the character, but I guess if they find someone good, it's probably worth the risk. I know Ryan, he's normally a percentage guy in heads on spikes. I dare say that he might be playing a deck that he kind of, if you're for the banter behind the thrones, guys, for the banter. So what we're going to get on the summons. We've got another Sir Jaime Lannister. I guess that's interesting. So if he does hit it, then it's not a... You don't care because Jaime still stays on the table. And randomly's got a Theon Greyjoy. Oof. Okay. So 2 power there to Ryan off the bat. Theon out the game. That's 1 less stealth. It's probably one of any of the 3 stealth he'd have, I guess, in a Lannister Kraken deck. Because it's normally the Maester, Asher and Theon. And Ryan is saying there, why is taking the duper Jaime? Because if he does hit it, you don't really care. It doesn't mean you've got any more dead cards in your hand. So, they draw up. Ryan's got his gold, and let's see what he's going to play out. So you've got another Rose Road. So economy's not going to be an issue here for the Kraken. He's got a dupe on Asher. And let's see what's going to be next. Wonder if 5 gold. So you already played a Rose Road, so it's not going to be anyone. I guess it could be Balon at the most. I guess. Okay. Priest of the Drowned God. That's interesting. I mean, very good to include these days. I mean, the cost 3 hurts with first snow, but otherwise it's the card Greyjoy needed. And okay, got the Fishmonger kneeling, and we're going to see his own Maester. Maester Windermere. There we go. Sorry, guys. And he's going to sit on 1 gold. So over to Brad with the Lannister. He's also got 5 gold. Obviously doesn't have the reducer. Now, if I was Brad, I'd be a little bit worried because Ryan is very well set up here to get all 3 challenges off the bat, and still some character, well, a character standing for some sort of opposed. If he doesn't get the right stuff out, then Asher is also going to be standing at the end of the challenge phase. So okay, he's got reducing location, so economy is not an issue for either side here. Okay. What could we play in next? Okay, we've got a reducer, so maybe his own Asher, I guess, or well, I'm trying to think what. So you normally like newly made lord or short, or the shipwright, Asher and Theon in Kraken, in Banners of Kraken to Lannister. So unless it's Asher, I don't know 100% sure it could be. Guess we'll find out. Obviously, it won't be Theon because he's dead. It's going. Oh gosh, and another was it? Okay, we've got the Hound. So obviously we had another fishmonger. Sorry there, guys, just having a bit of a brain fart. And the Hound's out, and we've got 2 gold left. Oh, and we have a Milk of the Popular Asher. So also, and then Brad's also going to sit on 1 gold. So that's interesting. I guess you'd say Brad's board position is slightly better, but I mean slightly. Oddly enough, the Greyjoy players are the most intrigue icons. You don't see that every game, especially against Lannister. So what are we going to do here? So I was wondering if maybe he's got 1 gold. He's got maybe We Do Not Sow. I'm not sure where he's going to get the unopposed from though, to be able to. Oh, guess actually did an unopposed. He did the intrigue. Yep. Force either force a bit unopposed, or Jamie has to kneel and then play. And then play out We Do Not Sow. So we'll see. Interesting what Brad does here. If he's got the We Do Not Sow, I'm just literally guessing. But he'd get left 1 gold. That's what I'm thinking. So obviously he does buff himself. So that is currently an intrigue of 2. Looks -1 for -1 for Lord of the Crossing, +1 for the fact he's got the Drowned God trait. So Brad there's having a quick look at his plot deck. I'm wondering, just double checking what he's going to be doing next. Unopposed. Okay. So go unopposed. Will we see We Do Not Sow? Adds 1 power. Maybe not then. We do not see a We Do Not Sow. Okay. I guess it's still probably, either way, it's still a damn good challenge to get off there, because the only intrigue item we have got is Jamie. He's not going to want to kneel Jamie out for an intrigue challenge. He's lost a copy of Radshirt Raiders. Possibly not a big loss against Greyjoy. You don't normally have much attachment hate unless he's running fishing nets. So I was Ryan, what would you do next? I guess you want to get the power out of the way, maybe. Put in the Maester. Just if you are going to go and try and get all three challenges off, and then that leaves Asher for strength 6 military. So if he did want to stop it completely, you'd have to kneel out both the Hound and Jamie. Okay, it's going to the military first. So we're going strength 4 military. Okay, so I guess maybe he's not going to bother with the power. Probably isn't actually that worthwhile first turn. I know if like when I play Lord of the Crossing Martell, quite often use a reducer just to do the power challenge. Just get out of the way. It doesn't really matter to you unless they've got power somehow. So is Brad gonna nail something out here? It's only strength 4, so you haven't. Oh, okay. He's gonna nail out Jamie. I guess he gets to round either way. So, unless there's some tricks here that Ryan's got. Oh no, okay. And he is doing the power, that's interesting. Now I might actually been tempted to stealth the reducer. I don't know. Try and get to kneel the hound out, get the hound back to the hand, and then he's only got a power challenge back, but Ryan is a far better player than me, so normally go with his opinion on things. So he's going to block the unopposed. That still gives Ryan the power. So Ryan gets the power for Lord of the Crossing, putting him on 4 power. And Ryan is done. So not a bad turn there for the Greyjoy. So we've got unopposed power coming back. So it's going to be 2 power straight on the Lanni, and then I imagine the hound then gets another one. Maybe Dom then goes to Greyjoy. Just leave the hound standing. Then get Dom for yourself. I guess what you're really going to kill? It's not really. It's mostly chuds. Now, so I don't know the plot deck, but I guess it was me. I might be tempted to. I mean, you've got to be thinking about first snow, I guess, if you're the last player. Okay, he's doing the military. It's going to be unopposed. Get the hound back to hand. So Lannister goes. Oh, sorry, I forgot about Jamie. So Lannister's now going to be up to 4 power, and it's going to be 4 after 1 round. That's pretty damn good going. There's any shenanigans here from the Oh, okay. He's going to try and. It's interesting. So he's risen from the sea. So Ash is now strength 5. Okay, so then it says here, Brad's saying they're done to Greyjoy, so we're looking at 4 all. Interesting first turn, especially considering they've got the 2 power there for heads on spikes, so really the Brad did quite well for the Lannister player to catch up in 1 turn. Now, I think Greyjoy is an interesting point in the meta. I think they're falling back a little bit from the other sort of 5 houses from first edition. I still think they're ahead of Tyrell and Night's Watch, but they're definitely lacking some stuff. The last few packs have not really given them many tools. Most of the tools they have got probably actually better in a banner deck. So it's interesting to see Ryan actually go Greyjoy. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love Greyjoy. They were my first proper house, but it's just. We've had Fish Whiskey, he's pretty good. We've got to build your deck around him. The Iron Mines are pretty good, but again, I'm probably having more luck with the Iron Mines in a Lanni Kraken deck. So, let's see what else I've got. First now, as I thought, on Clash of Kings. Okay. So, who's going to go first? Oh, so Ryan's going to be first. Now, you got to think that Brad's done this thinking he can get a character out. Because currently, as it stands, obviously, they only have Asher and Jaime going to stay on the board after first snow is applied. So, God, part of me does wish I could actually see the hands right now, but that's because I'm impatient. So what we're going to have here. Six gold. So, oh, okay, got King's Road. So potentially 9 gold with the reducing the reducer. Will we see it? Oh, Seastone Chair. Ooh, okay. That's a key piece there. That makes a big difference. And he's done. Okay, that's interesting. You don't normally see much in the way of you didn't really see much of ambush. Well, I don't think there's any ambush things in Greyjoy. So I think Ryan must be just trying to prepare to try and hold the first turn. Ryan's just trying to hold this turn, but you got to worry about being marched. Okay, guys, it might have freaked you out here, and the players have swapped sides. Brad had a bit of a power cut, so they had to reset up the game as it was when before the power cut. So I do apologise if everything switched around and it goes a bit weird. I can't remember what I was talking about before that happened, because that was about 25 minutes ago. 25 minutes, half an hour between the game logging out and us finally getting a resolution and the guys getting set up again. So Brad's just there apologising to Ryan again for apologising for mess. Apparently the power company told him they were going to cut his power briefly through a letter, and of course it was one of those, yeah, you should have got a letter, shouldn't you? Nope. But hey ho, no harm done, I guess. So first snow's kicking off here now, leaving just an Asher on each side and Sir Jaime. So obviously we've got Asher with Milk and Risen. Obviously Ryan is still the first player. So what does Ryan do here? Because he's not obviously going. He's probably going to struggle to get an unopposed off. Obviously the -1 strength. So going for power, maximising the his plot. So if he does win a power here, he's going to get he's going to get 2 power basically for doing it. If she unopposed, oh yeah, because she hasn't got because it's not actually, it's because Milk, she can't stand back up again. I guess that does make sense. Even if Ryan does shoot out to 7 power there, he's pretty set up. So I'm guessing his plan is that next turn he's got 5 gold in economy on the table already, whatever he's pays for the plot. So we've got a military coming in, I'm assuming from Asher and Asher and Jaime. That's going to take a dupe off Asher. Now, I guess the obvious here would be, does he march? Does he march Asher now? That would make a lot of sense. I could see that, but in some ways, is it worth it? Because you're losing a milked Asher, and assumably, Brad's going to lose a fully fit Asher. So is marching worth it, really? Maybe not. And yes, you've got the board. You're going to have the board advantage because you're going to have Sir Jaime standing. Sir Jaime with a dupe, and the board's cleared. But there's a lot of gold on the other side, so Ryan could quite quickly come back And they're going to be drawing on power by that point, I'd imagine. Nope. Lannister, sorry, Lannister is going to be 2 ahead on power. I keep forgetting about Jaime's power. Not good pull there from the intrigue. Nice port shipwright. So yeah, an interesting situation. Let's see where Ryan's going to come back from this, if possible, or Brad has got him. And I don't want to say, as I said earlier, Ryan's a very good player, far better than I am, and he normally has a plan, but I'm struggling to see where he's going to come back from this. So you got to be thinking March is going to come now. That is what I'd be imagining. We're going to see a March the wall and get Now Ryan risk a double march. It would be a brave move if he did. Nope, calling the banners. So okay. So Brad's going to be first player, so he's probably going to want March to go first, get 1 less gold. And so both ashes gauge the wall together. Makes perfect sense. Now, because of the first snow, both of them have got very bloated hands now. So you can imagine quite a bit's going out. And oh, okay, so we've got another Lanni reducing location, putting him based on 7 gold for this turn. Interesting what Ryan's going to play out. So what we're seeing here, so reduced by 2 for the Hound. Good. With that much gold, I thought we might see something else. Okay, looks like he's basically just getting out all his all the stuff got first snowed, so maybe he didn't draw up into much. Oh, have got an Iron Mines though. That could be big. I've been playing quite a bit of Lannister Kraken myself. Iron Mines in Lannister is just pretty bonkers. You get this big impactful characters out, and then you get these few get out of jail free cards. So on Ryan's side, we are seeing a Fishmonger, which brings out the Shipwright. Hoping to hear some sort of impactful character from Ryan. I guess the biggest worry right now is treachery. So you do that at King's Road, get treacheryed. That could be massive. And we've got the Maester, Windermere. I was trying to call him earlier. And his own Iron Mines, okay. And he's gonna try the King's Road. Nope, treachery. Yeah. That's yeah, that's not good. Ryan's just there saying drawn Soddle. So Jaime does a military. I think this game could get pretty brutal pretty quickly now. So we've got Jaime coming in for military. It's going to be unopposed. So Lannister's now on 10 power. Oof. Not sure I might be using your minds on a Fishmonger, but I guess he just wants to keep chuds on the table. Precious Things had more than a few games like that, laughing at the poor draw having to use the Iron Mines to keep a Fishmonger alive. So, look like we have Windermere going in for a power, but he's backed out now. Oh, he's doing it. Obviously can't stealth. Can't stealth the other Windermere. Does he bother opposing? Yeah, unopposed. So let's put the Lanni on 12 power. And then we're going to have an intrigue. I'm guessing that's... You got to be thinking intrigue here for Jamie. Puts him on 13 power. They'll probably lose 1 power from the power challenge back. They'll gain it back from dominance. So then turn on 13 power to the probably 7 at that point. Maybe 8, depending on whether Ryan opposes the intrigue. I imagine he's probably going to have to, really. Oh, okay, he's leaving Jamie standing. That's interesting. So, Windermere now. What do you do? Windermere stealth the Hound. No brainer. It's going to be unopposed. Gets another power. And Ryan is done. So, Dom to Lanni. Puts them back up to 12. 7 plays 12. Borrowing a really good draw here from Ryan. I think this is probably in the books this turn. He really needs to get some hard counter there for Jamie. I think if Ryan's got the long plan, this is probably the time to play it. Take that 1 extra power off. Try and get unopposed power through. That's still 2 power. Just try and whisk them back a little bit. Is it a long plan, long winter? You know what I mean. The one that's the 4-2-2, where both players lose a power. Wildfire to kill a reducer, confiscation to not do anything. I guess just because it's saying. I think both saying nothing better. Damn right, die fishmonger. Yep, the fishmonger got all the wildfire in the world. Ryan's going to go first. Now we need to see something good here now. I don't think, going by Ryan's writing there, I don't think he's seen much. No, it was Salty Navigator. Got the Drown God out and he is done. The sad thing here is he could probably even let the military go unopposed because he's got the Iron Mines. Then come back with Jamie and just batter the board if Ryan even does the military. This is yeah. I think this is also where the laws of the crossing ends up hurting you when you're trying to play catch up, and you can only do 1 or 2 challenges a turn, and that -1 really kicks in then. Ryan just saying you got to laugh when you have a draw like this, and yeah, I mean it's happened to all of us. You know, you have again talking about my Lanni Kraken deck. I've had some very very good games of it, but one in particular against Ryan, in fact, where I saw the mountain turn 1, and then I didn't see another character above strength cost 3 for the rest of the game. So it does happen. So, okay. So Brad's sitting on all his gold. We're seeing a military go in. It's going to push the hound back to hand. So Ryan is playing marched. This might not be the end of the world, actually. Oh yeah, of course, he can just bring the hound back. Oh man, that's the seat deprivedness kicking in there. Of course, he kept 5 gold there, so he can bring the hound back. So let's see entry go unopposed. Anything good? Discards us Sirio. It's not the worst thing you could have dropped. And then I'm guessing it's going to be Waymar. Not Waymar, is it? Oh, I still can't remember his name. It's going to be the Maester going in for power challenge, stealthing the hound. Oh, both of them going in. Okay. Stealthing the hound. What? I didn't get why both are going in there. So that's a strength 5/9 power challenge. You can't. You've stealthed. You might as well have left the Drowned God standing. Oh, I suppose he's going to get stealthed through. Yeah, that might make sense. So it's opposed. Putting him back so can. Oh. Okay, we've had a superior claim. Now that makes sense why he went so all in. So the Greyjoy are up to 12 power now. Did he remember the one? Because that was the 3rd challenge? Don't think he did actually. So what we got here, we're going to have Jamie go in, so that's going to be 2 power. The Hound goes in for another 2 power. Dom, yeah, that's game. Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. Does the intrigue for an opposed rather than going for the going for Dom. Winning on Dom. Okay guys, well thanks for watching there. Again, like I said in the last video, if you do want to be featured on here, I'm looking to do a few games a week on top of my own to commentate on. Please email me at knightoftheblackwater@hotmail.com or message me on Facebook as Ben Davey. You'll see me in the Octgn League. Or when I post one of these games, I'll just message on there, just say yeah, I'm interested, or on YouTube comments, just say I'm interested. Let me know. Obviously, time zones. I'm UK based, so bear in mind if you live in America or you live in the farthest Russia, time zones might be an issue, but I will try my best. I do have 2 small children, so sleep is not something I get that much of. And so I could be up most hours of the day. So yeah, but I'll happily be feature. I'd like to get quite a few of these games in. Try and help promote this league for the next one. But thanks very much there to Ryan and Brad. I do feel that Ryan just didn't seem to draw anything really. That first snow really hurt him. You saw the power there, first snow. And unfortunately, I think with the combination of crossing and being Greyjoy, I quite find when you're that far behind, it's really hard to come back. But yeah, let me know what you think in the comments, and thanks for watching.